Greetings, my friends. Happy first day of fall. It is a beautiful day out here. Not a cloud in the sky, so I hope that you all get to be out and enjoy some of this day in nature a little bit. Open a window or sit on the porch. It's just go for a walk. It's beautiful out. So to review the last puzzler that I handed you guys, it was a hen and a half lays an egg and a half in a day and a half. How many eggs does one hen lay in one day? And the answer is, if one hen lays one egg in 1.5 days, it means that one hen would lay only 2/3 of an egg in one day. So the answer is 2/3 of an egg. Must not have been my best puzzler, because I got no responses to that one. But that's okay. I have a better one for you this week. This week's puzzler is A is the brother of B, B is the brother of C, and C is the father of D. So how is D related to A? Let's see. I'll show it to you. So there you go. Check that one out for a little bit and see what you come up with. So this week, once again, I've been babysitting the last of my butterfly chrysalises. And one of the reasons why this video is so late is because I was waiting, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So as I was thinking about today's message, I was using my Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary, and I wanted to look up waiting, but there wasn't anything in there about waiting. So I looked up time, and let me read this to you. It says, God is our Lord over time because he created and ordained time. God himself is timeless and eternal, not bound by space or time. On the other hand, God is not removed from time, though through his providential care, and especially in the incarnation of Jesus Christ, God enters into time without being limited by the constraints of time. God sees all things in time from a perspective of eternity, sees the end from the beginning. Humans, however, are trapped in time and sometimes cannot discern the meaning and significance of time in their own day. Being bound by remorseless march of time is a telling reminder of human finitude and temporality. I think that says a lot. We are so addicted to time and, sorry, bug in the ear, and waiting and worried about time. So let me tell you this story. Got the last couple chrysalises going to be hatching. So I have seen an egg laid by a butterfly. I've seen that turn into a caterpillar. I've seen the caterpillar turn into a chrysalis and its green little goopy bugh. And I have seen a butterfly newly emerged from the chrysalis. I have not, however, seen the actual butterfly hatch from the chrysalis. So I'm on a mission now, right? I have two that are about ready to hatch. One in the back of the container. So I get it. I sit it on the coffee table and I sit right in front of this thing, right? Just watching. Watch a little TV, whatever. Hour or so goes by. I'm like, well, I need the camera. So I get my cell phone, start holding it, checking it out, because I know this thing's going to hatch any second. My hand's a little shaky, had a lot of coffee, so I get the little tripod and I put my cell phone on the little tripod. Got to get it balanced, put coasters in there, actually put a scissors on top of the coaster, get the thing all balanced, all set up. Good. Watching, zooming in, zooming out, checking this thing out. Nothing's happening. Well, then I'm kind of like, well, I got nothing to do because my cell phone is in the butterfly cage. So I'm like, all right, get the cell phone out, get the big camera, get the big tripod, set things up, zoom in, excellent, on this little chrysalis in the back. Wait, and wait, and wait, and it's been 4 hours. I'm sitting there watching this little thing in the back of the cage. And I happen to look, and next to the camera, which is kind of shoved into the cage now, is a brand new butterfly. there was a chrysalis right next to that, right next to the camera, and it hatched while I was watching the one in the back. So that's missed opportunity 1. Never fear. I still am zoomed in on this chrysalis in the back of the cage, waiting. And waiting. And as I monkey with the camera and zoom in and zoom out and check things and focus and do all this fancy stuff, I realize I'm almost out of battery. I'm like, wouldn't that be a kicker? The thing starts to hatch and I'm out of battery. So I get up, walk across the room, 4 feet maybe, to the camera bag, get another battery out, walk back, sit down, and it has hatched in like 3 seconds. That little butterfly has popped out of its chrysalis and is hanging there all wrinkly. I have a picture I'll show you. I was so furious. I was so mad at that butterfly. Why couldn't it have waited 2-3 seconds until I got back and sat down? I had been sitting here for 6 hours. 6 hours waiting for this tiny little thing to hatch. So I forget it. Take the camera out, put it away, zip the thing up, let the butterflies, unfurl and warm up and wake up, and I just sit there stewing for a while. And then, as most often does, it occurred to me that that butterfly did not hatch while I stepped away, just to spite me. I know it wasn't looking at me going, oh, she's walked away, now I'll make a run for it. It was God's time for that butterfly to hatch. It was me that stepped away from that me did not go with God's time. That butterfly had no more control over when it was born than we do when we are born. That had been its time to hatch since God created that butterfly, whenever that was, in the dawn of creation. It just made me think how we spend so much time waiting and thinking for an outcome that we think will happen, when it doesn't always. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. I was sitting there waiting for that butterfly to hatch because I knew it would and I would catch it, but I didn't. And it hatched when I wasn't there. And I was denied that opportunity to see that, but that's not my fault and it's not the butterfly's fault. It's just how God had timed it. So, as you're waiting and thinking about, doctor's visits or test results or job interviews or waiting for this pandemic to be over or plans to be had or whatever you're waiting for, remember that it is God that is in control. God sees all things in time from a perspective of eternity. He sees the end from the beginning. Everything in God's time, not ours. So I'll leave you with some pictures that, of course, I have taken, a little bit of a video of this last round of butterflies that I have fostered. It has been such an amazing experience raising these little critters. So be blessed all. Have a wonderful week. Try not to wait too long for things that are not in your control. God bless. Take care.